Hey everybody, this is Joel and
Jay
from MaravillaNayarit.com. Bienvenidos a nuestro canal and bienvenidos to El Paso de la Virgen. Woo!
Whoa.
What does El Paso de la Virgen mean, NJ?
Well, it's the Pass of the Virgin.
Yeah,
or
the Virgin
Pass.
of the Virgin of who?
Guadalupe.
Oh, the Virgin of Guadalupe. That's for another video. We could do a whole video on the Virgin of Guadalupe, which, you know, maybe one day we'll do that. But you could Google, you can hit the Google right now, what is the Virgin of Guadalupe, and comment below. Comment below, what is the Virgin of Guadalupe? And then we'll do a video on that. Anyways, where are we today? We're at the top of the Virgin Pass. We're on a 4-night, 5-day tour with 2 cyclists, one from the UK and one from South Africa. What do you think about that, Angie? They came all this way to ride in Mexico.
It's wild.
It's pretty wild, eh? Well, that just goes to show word is getting out about the beauty of riding here and just the beauty of, even if you weren't a cyclist, what do you think about even just coming out here?
It's amazing. I think if you're ever in the area and you have extra time, you got to come out to some of these Pueblo Magicos and just see what it's all about.
So, well, that kind of like gives me an idea then. Why don't we do this video on the 4 must-see Pueblo Magicos if you are basically doing a trip to Vallarta. During this trip, we're going to visit at least 4 Pueblo Magicos, and one is going to be like brand new for me. I've never seen it, and I've just done the research on it, so like I'm super stoked to show all of you this Pueblo Magico, and I think we'll leave it right to the end of the video, even though I think we're going to see it tomorrow or the next day. We'll leave that one for the end of the video, but please watch the entire video and see what it is that we're experiencing as a cyclist, and NJ as non-cyclist. You're driving the car or the truck and doing support. I would say like 2 or 3 nights up here in the mountains, like stay in a couple different towns and really experience another part of Mexico that you probably have never seen. And like, I mean, like our family would travel to Mexico every year and we'd just hang out at the beach. This is a whole nother world, hey? Yeah. All right, on that note, NJ and I got to get ready for the cyclists to come over El Paso de la Virgen. We got to get them fueled up with some food and hydrated with some water. And tengo hambre. I'm like super hungry right now. So we got to get these guys to pedal faster. Luckily, we're going downhill next. The rocks, and then this would all kind of like tie in. It's like a key. Like, see how they latch in here, and then with this in the middle, keeps everything together. Locks it in.
Would you ever build a building like that today?
No one would, because it's too expensive. But that's what they used to do, and they say people are dumb back then. They had no skills. Actually, maybe there was even smarter generations than us in the past. Well, it's day 1 of our Pueblo Mágico tour, NJ, and we finally arrived to Mascota. It was a beautiful ride here. I mean, you got to drive and I got to ride my bike. I can say, like, I've done this ride a lot of times and I could never get tired of it. And now here we are in this beautiful town center of Mascota, and you know, we've just been kind of wandering around. Like, we haven't really had a plan, hey, NJ? Like, and sometimes that's what I think is the best laid plan, is no plan. Like, just show up to the town, have a seat on a park bench, talk to the locals. Like, a lot of people are sitting around and they know you're not from here, and it's, I don't know if it's like rude, but they're hesitant to say something to you. So come up to them and say, buenas tardes, because it's tardes. Buenos dias, if it's the morning. Buenas noches, if it's the night. And you'll see a big smile come on people's faces. Hey, NJ, like, it happens all the time. Totally. And they're like, oh, you know, the gringo can talk. Everyone's so welcoming. It really is a beautiful thing. And Mascota, I mean, I hear the birds chirping. We got this beautiful garden. We went and visited the church. We're going to maybe end the evening at this little raicilla bar because I want to see what's going on there. Anyways, a great day. I'm looking forward to going to Talpa de Allende tomorrow, which, well, just stay. Don't leave this video. Like, do not swipe away. Just stay to the next frame, and we'll be in Talpa before you know it. And then after we're in Talpa, I'll tell you where we're going next. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay, well, let's go back to the Airbnb, kind of get the guys. I think we're going to go for tacos, and then you and I are going to hit the Raicilla bar.
Yes.
Yeah, but Bubba's going to have some Raicilla. One little one today. No. Okay, that's all right. I prefer you don't drink. Let me do that for you. All right, I'm ready. Listo.
Listo. Let's go.
Oh, well, hey, Bubba.
Hello.
What am I wearing?
Gloves.
What country are we in?
Mexico.
So doesn't this look a little strange? So I got arm warmers, no leg warmers, but I have my gloves. I am going to take them off now because I feel warm enough. But when we started our ride, it was 6 degrees. So for all you Americans out there, 12 plus 42 degrees Fahrenheit. That's cold.
It was pretty cold this morning.
And I could, and I was trying, like, I wanted to take some video first thing in the morning, but when I took my gloves off, my fingers were frozen. So I just left them on. But look at the light, and look at it out here. Isn't it amazing?
Beautiful.
Like, I know I'm saying that, but I got some really good video just after you left. I don't know if you saw it, but there's like that whole valley. There's some agave, and it's pretty incredible. We're going to go to a place called Volcanes today, so that's not on the list, but we may end the day in Talpa de Allende. And if that's the case, we're going to show you around. I know we've done videos about Talpa before, and I'll do a rerun on our channel from the old movingtomexi.co channel on our Talpa de Allende experience. Anyways, I'm going to throw the bike on the back just so I don't have to, you know, ride 500 watts to catch up to those guys. And I'll get back on. Ready to go, MJ?
Let's go. So that they're like I don't even know. They're all competition with each other. So I'll just stay on the road and just yell they're like, we got quesadillas, we got birria, tacos. And every time you drive by this little place, they all start yelling at you. If you're in car, bike, walking, whatever. It's kind of the funniest thing in the world.
Day 3 of La Vuelta Jalisco. We have 2 guys that came in, one from London, one from South Africa, and we're doing 4 nights here in Mascota at this beautiful Airbnb. Man, did we ever luck out. And I mean, there's some, Angie's gonna, actually, he's just put some of the pictures on. Look at that. Look where we're staying. It's pretty nice. Anyways, I thought we would stop here because the sun is coming up. We have this beautiful vista. Like, look where this guy lives. I'd love to do it behind the Mexican door there. Like, he's on this orchard. I don't know what he's growing. Like some kind of fruit, hey?
Must be.
Maybe.
Gotta get his contact. Get a tour of the grounds.
That'd be pretty cool. Looks pretty legit, hey? And then he's got some agave back there. Like, that's a nice looking farm. I'd love to wake up to that every morning, hey? Have your coffee outside and watch the sunrise. Look at me again today. What do I got? I got gloves. I got my arm warmers and my little jacket. It was 2 degrees when we were climbing up with the wind chill. Like, that is in Fahrenheit 34 degrees? Yeah. 2 plus 2 plus 30, 34 degrees. That's freaking cold. That's just a little bit above freezing. And my fingers were getting cold, and the guy from London, he's like wearing no gloves. He's like, oh, this is nothing. It's just like a warm day in London. Anyways, I'm pretty excited, NJ, because we're going to go see Talpa de Allende. And then after that, we're going to go to this place called Navidad. And I've never been to either one of them. Oh, actually, I take that back. I've been to Talpa a whole bunch of times, but I have not been to Navidad. And I'm kind of stoked. How about you?
Yeah, I'm really interested. I love seeing these little towns.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, all the more reason when you come to Mexico is to rent a car, or if you're a cyclist, get on your bike and talk to bcboosterias.com, reach out to Jillian, and you know, book an experience out here. You can't go wrong, hey?
Can't go wrong.
It's world class.
Guys herding the cows down the mountain. That's why the horn's going off. I don't know how they got up there though, but they did. Okay, time to go back down now.
Well, NJ, we're in Talpa de Allende. I really love this town. This is like one of the must-visit Pueblo Magicos in the Nayarit region. I think it's like got to be my top one. Because we're in Talpa de Allende, which is visited by over 3 million pilgrims a year. And most of those pilgrims show up during the 2 weeks over Easter. They're here to pay homage to the Virgin del Rosario, or La Chaparrita as she's commonly known. But again, over 3 million people descend upon Talpa de Allende, which was named after the famous Spanish general Ignacio Allende. And he was very sympathetic to the Mexican cause to essentially liberate themselves from Spanish rule. So he was a very pivotal figure in that entire movement. But anyways, here we are, fast forward to 2024. You have to make a trip if you're in the Vallarta region. Come up here, check out Talpa. If you're gonna check out, well, it's one of like our top. I think it's my number one. But I mean, Mascota's already on the way. But Talpa, you just gotta actually just combine those two together. But what are the top things to do if you're here, which we're gonna do here in a second? You gotta go to the famous restaurant, the Zurdo Famoso. I think that's the name of it, ANJ. I kind of forgot the name, but if I'm incorrect, we'll put it here in a link below. But you got to go have the birria de chivo, which is a goat stew, very famous in the Jalisco region. Have yourself a café de olla, and then after that, just stroll around the town center here and marvel at the beauty of this church, which is pretty incredible. And then just take a walk around maybe 5 or 6 blocks, look at the shops, go pick up a few knickknacks, and you can just take it all in. All right, NJ, I am still a little hungry after that. We did have a great breakfast today, but we did do some riding, so why don't we get a little bit of birria and a café de olla. Ready?
Let's do it.
Listo? Vámonos. This broth is good for, it cures everything. From flus to colds, I even heard cancer. So they just don't want to let anyone know about that. Not at all. It's just one of those wives' tale things. So if you're hungover, you drink that, you eat this. If you're sick, you eat this, and you'll be fine. Right, NJ?
Right, sounds good.
We're at kilometer 10.2. This is wild.
Where are we going today?
We're basically halfway. We're going to a place called Navidad, and that's at the top of this mountain. And supposedly it is known as the Switzerland of Mexico. Beautiful views of the entire Mascota Valley, and it's just supposed to be super lush and green. But it's a hard ride, and I'm on an e-bike, and this e-bike was complaining. It was actually yelling at me. Yikes, that bites. It's like, I can't take it anymore. The battery's just like probably gonna blow up. If ever a battery was gonna blow up and like catch fire, it's on this climb.
This is your first time ever coming out here. You had no idea what.
I had no idea what to expect. I mean, you and I kind of went a kilometer in, and I talked to this old guy on a bike, and I'm like, are these little pavement strips all the way to Navidad? And he said, yeah, but he kind of lied, because through the towns there was a couple kilometers of really gnarly gravel or cobblestone, and then I took a wrong turn, and then I had to come back. Had it not been for the Z-bike, I would have stayed in Yerba Buena, found a bar and had a couple beers, just waited for you guys, because like it was hard enough on this bike to catch up, and I almost bit it. Changing lanes, I caught the lip, and both my tires like came out, And I was about to go down, and somehow, by the miracle of God's hand, I stayed up. Thank you, Allah. So I've been to a lot of parts of Mexico, NJ, but honestly, this is the most beautiful part of Mexico I've ever seen in my whole life right now. That's where my head's at. So Switzerland's kind of got that lush grass, green valley, but I don't know. It just kind of feels like that, and it's gorgeous. I'm blown away. We're just over halfway to Navidad, so if this is just the is this the icing on the cake, or is this just the beginning to what we're gonna see? I guess you have to continue to follow this video to find out. I don't even know what's gonna happen.
This is the first for both of us.
That's a first for all of us, even all of you watching, unless you've been here before. Wow. Whoa, NJ, that was a ride, and here we are in Navidad. It's cool. I mean, we probably should just do a whole video one day on Navidad. We probably could. We'd have to meet some locals and figure some things out. There was kind of like a makeshift bar going on at one of the stores when I came. I like to roll up and I'm like, hola, ¿cómo estás? Buen día, buenas tardes. The guys just kind of looked at me and they just went back to talking. At least the lady warmed up to me when I bought my beer. That was kind of nice. But it's pretty idealistic in here, hey? Again, kind of like a movie set. Like something out of an old Western when they're in like, you know, the gunfighters are in a Mexican town, hey? Of course you have the beautiful church. And the town gazebo. Everything's in the town center.
El Centro.
El Centro. It's interesting because at the ranch property that we're still, you know, considering as, well, it's still got a lot of work before we can actually buy it, but if that deal ever comes together, I'm like, man, can we like build a road up to kind of the top of that mountain and build like a little mini town up there one day?
Yeah.
Call it Goralski town. Like I took a picture of 3.5 hectares or something that were for sale. I'm like, oh my God, I could live here. Just have my goats, a couple cows, my chickens, grow some agave, whatever else they're growing there. They're growing some other kind of fruit. And but I don't know if your mom would like that. I have to kidnap her and just bring her there. Anyways, I think that's great. So so let's just do a quick recap before we end this little section. So we've shown Mascota, exactly where we're staying. We've been to Talpa de Allende, which is pretty cool as well. A little more vibrant, a little more things happening there. And now we're up at the mountain town of Navidad. And what does Navidad mean, everybody? Comment below. Comment below, what does Navidad mean? It's an amazing ride. I'll do this ride again. Like this is now on the mountain tripper itinerary. What do you think?
For sure.
Yeah. It's tough. I think those guys are struggling a bit, but I think it's worth the effort to get up here and just see a place like this. I don't know, I think for most people this is really, really different. Right? Well, NJ, this is, we're at the end of our Pueblo Magico tour. How was it?
It was awesome.
Do you have a favorite Pueblo Magico?
That's a tough one. I mean, I've always really liked Talpa, but Navidad was pretty cool just because the drive up there is so pretty.
So enchanting.
Yeah.
And pretty was, that's a really good way to describe it. The Switzerland of Mexico now.
Mm-hmm.
I really would like to come up there after the rainy season.
Oh yeah.
When you got all the corn and it's like super green. I think it would be like also a whole new place, right?
Totally.
Yeah, I mean I've been to all the towns. So San Sebastian del Oeste, Mascota, Talpa de Allende. So Navidad was new for me. So I'm going to say that's going to be my top pick just for this trip. But they're all so very different, right? So I really think, and if you remember back to our driving video, you gotta get in your car or rent a car and come spend a few days. You can make Mascota is almost a great place to make home base, and then just do some day trips from there and get out and see the real Mexico. And you know, just I don't know, it just opens up different opportunities about what this country really has to offer. And it's so close to Vallarta, I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. I like that word. Let's just say 2 words, no-brainer. So anyways, we had a great tour through San Sebastian. We walked through the plaza. We went and took a look inside the church. We're here on a cycling tour, so it was great to take videos and photos of the riders coming up this cobble climb, which I never get sick of seeing. And you know, we didn't spend a lot of time here, so I think we do have to come back and do a San Sebastian video. But yeah, I really just like the plaza. I like just like hanging out on a park bench. And I was chatting to some people that are like, wow, you speak Spanish. And I'm like, well, I live here. And I'm like, oh, you do? And I'm like, I live in Bucerias and 10 years, and I'm almost Mexican. I'm 99%. They laughed. They thought that was pretty funny. I said 1% more to go, and then we're true Mexican brothers. Again, people, if you have the chance to come visit San Sebastian del Oeste, you got to make the trip and see all those other Pueblo Magicos. Put them on your list. Have a little Pueblo Mágico bucket list, and this should be one of them. All right, NJ, I think, can we wrap it up?
We can wrap it up, yeah.
Okay, on that note, nos vemos hasta luego and adios desde San Sebastián del Oeste, aquí en Jalisco, México.